Hey, what's up? It's Primetime Football, and today I'm going to drop my power rankings for the top 10 following Week 7. Just as a reminder, Big 10 and Pac-12 will not be in here yet. Big 10 will be in here next week after they play their first week of college football, but Pac-12 won't be in here until they finish their first week. Anyways, let's get into it. At number 10, I have BYU. They're 5-0. Zach Wilson is their quarterback. I believe he's a top 5 quarterback in the country, if not higher. They've looked really good so far. I mean, they've only had one kind of close game. They ended up winning by 7 against UTSA. But I don't really see them moving much higher in my rankings by themselves unless teams just lose, and that's the way they get up. But they don't really play any more tough games that are going to prove anything to me besides maybe Boise State when they play in a few weeks. But we don't even know how good Boise State's going to be anyways. But we'll see with them. At number 9, this is my surprise team. A lot of you guys might not agree with me. Some of you might. I'm not saying they deserve to be here based off of rankings, but I believe they are the 9th best team in the country. I got Arkansas. They're 2-2 right now, but they should be 3-1. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys know what happened in that Auburn game with that BS call by the referees to end the game. Defense is looking good. Mostly the pass defense is looking good. They forced 6 interceptions on Matt Corral, who put up 48 points against Alabama the week before. A lot of people think Ole Miss has one of the best offenses in the country, including myself, and they locked them down for almost 4 quarters. Felipe Franks looks, I'd say, better than me and a lot of people expected him to look. But anyways, Arkansas is the most improved team in the country so far, pretty clearly, going from not being able to win a single conference game, getting blown out from teams like Western Kentucky at home. I think Sam Pittman was a really great hire for them right now. And they'll have plenty of chances to show how good they actually are to prove that they belong in this top 10 spot. I think they got Texas A&M coming up, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, LSU. They got a lot of big games. At number 8, I got Miami. They haven't really had a big win yet. They had a win over a decent Pitt team last week. Just the one loss to Clemson. I mean, again, I don't know anybody that's really going to be able to compete with Clemson right now. Miami's just not there yet, but there is a big gap from one Clemson to the rest of the teams, including Miami. But the good news for them, I said this last week, they'll have a chance to play Clemson again if they, take care of their business. At number 7, I've got Oklahoma State. Still, Spencer Sanders is back. He was supposed to be their starting quarterback this season pretty clearly. Then he got hurt in the first game. Actually, first few drives in the first game. And he's back now. The defense is the best in the Big 12. They look like they're pretty clearly the best, or not the best. They're the favorite for the Big 12 right now. So if the Big 12 has a chance of getting any teams in the playoffs, it's going to be through Oklahoma State. They have a chance to actually prove themselves this weekend against Iowa State, who is a top 20 team, according to the AP poll. At number 6, I've got Notre Dame. They were at my 4 spot last week, and I believe the AP poll has them ranked at 3. They're the worst number 3 team in the AP poll as long as I can remember. They beat Louisville, one of the worst teams in the ACC, by 5 points at home. Scored 12 points on them. Louisville has maybe the worst defense in Power 5 football. It's so bad. I don't know if any of y'all watched that Miami-Louisville game. Oh, my God. They're just so bad on defense. And Notre Dame managed to put up just 12 on them at home. They're not going to beat Clemson. They're not even going to come close to beating Clemson if they continue to play like that. And I actually had them on upset alert this weekend against Pitt, who, again, I said earlier, pretty good team. At number 5, I've got Florida. They're supposed to play LSU this weekend, but with some COVID stuff, Dan Mullen's got COVID. I think it was like 19 or 20 players have COVID and staff members. But basically nothing's changed with my opinion of them. I mean, offense is still really great, one of the best in the country. Defense is not. It's holding them back. But they got Missouri on the 31st on Halloween. Missouri had a pretty good offensive day against LSU. We'll see how Florida ends up playing against them. And then the week after, they got Georgia in the biggest game of the year for them. They win that, they can go to the SEC championship and try to make a spot in the playoffs. If not, their season's pretty much done if they lose to Georgia. Number 4, I got Texas A&M. I don't think they're really the 4th best team in the country, but they deserve the respect. I mean, you cannot possibly put them behind Florida. They beat them head to head. I mean, you can't disrespect them. They've got Arkansas coming up in a few weeks. That'll be a good test for Mon. Again, Arkansas's got a really good pass defense. We'll see how Mon can play against a good defense. I believe this might be the best defense he's going to play against so far when he plays them. But if Texas A&M wins out, they have a small chance at making the playoffs. A small chance. Like, really small. If they win out, they will have no division title, no conference title, but they'll only have one loss. So they'll need a lot of help with that. But there's definitely a chance if they win out, if that even happens. At number 3, I couldn't find a team to put ahead of Georgia. Like, they lost. I had them at 3 last week, and they lost. I just can't find a team besides Alabama and Clemson, that are better than them. I mean, yeah, I just don't know. But basically what we saw this weekend when Alabama beat Georgia, offenses are just way ahead of defenses in college football right now. That's just how the rules work with that RPO-style play that Alabama runs. It just helps out the offense so much. And that means for Georgia, they have the best defense in the country, but they're not going to be able to win the national championship just being carried by their defense. Offense has improved from last year a little bit, but still not at the level they need to be to win the national championship or beat Alabama, Clemson, all those teams. And I don't know what the answer is for that offense. There was definitely some potential you saw in that game in the first half. They scored 24 points. Thought they looked really good in the first half. Second half, of course, they got shut out, but maybe a quarterback change, JT Daniels. Maybe Stetson Bennett just needs some more experience. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just see what Kirby Smart decides to do against Kentucky in a few weeks, if he decides to make the switch or keep on rolling with Stetson Bennett. And number 2, we got Alabama. Mac Jones is probably playing the best out of all the quarterbacks in college football right now. He's just putting up insane numbers, even against the best defense in the country. Alabama has the best offense in the country. They got 3 NFL wide receivers. I believe Smith and Waddle are definitely first-round picks this year. Mechie definitely has the potential to be a first-round pick in 2 years, I think. I think he's a sophomore right now. Defense looked better in the second half for sure, but they weren't really, mostly because of turnovers. I mean, yeah, they did look a lot better, but there was a lot of turnovers that helped them out. Hopefully they will improve for Alabama, but right now they're not at the level of Clemson. And, of course, at number 1, I got Clemson. Second best offense, second best defense in college football behind Bama and Georgia. Bama for offense, Georgia for defense. So they're the most balanced team in college football at a high level. I mean, you can't find a team that's that high in offense and defense in the country. So right now they're still a clear favorite unless Alabama's defense improves a lot or Ohio State comes out looking a lot like Clemson, which there is a good chance that happens, but they haven't played yet, so we don't know. But anyways, that's it for my top 10. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that post notifications button so you can see our videos as soon as we post them every time. All right, thank you.